Hello everyone, and today we will be playing Kerbal Space Program, and I will be showing you how to make a Delta IV Heavy. It's quite simple, and I hope you enjoy. So now that we're in the VAB, what we need to do is we need to start this build off with the probe core. Now, once you did that, you're going to need your reaction wheels. Once you have that, you're going to end it off with a fairing. So, once you have your fairing, you're going to want to put an antenna. Hope you're fine with part clipping, by the way. So, once you put the antenna down, you're going to want to rotate it so it's vertical. And then you're going to want to use the move tool to move it down below the reaction wheels. Just like that. And then put a docking port senior up on top of the reaction wheels. Yeah, I can't find stuff. Okay, yeah, that. Okay, now that that's done, you're gonna want to put your electrical components. What I just put some RTGs on the inside of the reaction wheels, and then put some batteries. Then you just want to put a fuel tank. Okay, so now that that's done, you're going to want to get a 2.5 meter fairing, and you want to bring that down just a little so you can make it round. This is supposed to be the cryogenic stage of a Delta IV Heavy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so now that that's done, you want to get the 2.5 meter in diameter fuel tank, and you want to round that fairing out. Yeah, this is supposed to be the cryogenic stage of the Delta IV Heavy. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Rounding it out can take a little bit of time, but once you get it done, it looks just amazing. Now you want to add the struts, the structural struts, and you want to add them from the fuel tank above, the 3.5 meter, and you want to attach them to the fairing. So and then add another, and then so it makes an X. And then once that is done, you need to add the engine plate that fits the 2.5 meter tank, and then add a Wolfhound engine. Yeah, just saying, you need the Making History DLC for this ship. Now that the Wolfhound is down, what you need to do is you need to add the fairing. Yeah, just disable shroud on the engine plate. Add struts, but don't do what I did, and do not attach the struts to the engine bell. It'll stick around afterwards and look ugly. Attach it to the engine plate itself. Now that the struts are down, you want to build the fairing so that it goes almost to the top, but don't let it go to the top. Do not. There needs to be a gap, or the fairing will get stuck on the other stage, and it just won't separate. I tried it. It doesn't. Okay, so, attach struts to the stage above, but do not put the struts on the engine belt. It does not look good. Be sure to keep that gap in the fairing. Okay, now you need to add the 3.5 long diameter tank, a shorter one, and then 2 longer ones. Make the top one the orange, the top one the orange variant, and the bottom two the orange variant. Now you need to grab that adapter piece and the old mainsail. If you don't know how to get that, I'll show you. You need to go to search for my developer, and you need to go to, I think it's something like Rockomax. I don't know, but get the old mainsail. Little disclaimer: you actually need to change the engine stats for the old mainsail. That's why I chose that. And drain all the fuel in the top 2 tanks, and in the second to last tank, make it half, or else it's just an overkill rocket. Get a decoupler and place it in 2 times symmetry on the Delta IV Heavy. Now, basically what I did was I got the bottom stage and I cloned it by alt-clicking, and then I placed it again on the decouplers, and then I raised that so the engine bells and the fuel tanks are in line. And then you have to add fairings on top of those and round them off so they look like nose cones. You could use the stock nose cones that are in aerodynamics, but I don't think that looks as good. And quite frankly, if you're gonna put this much effort into a ship, you might as well do this. Yeah, try your best to get it as round as you can, because it just makes the build look so much better later on. Now just get some struts and put it all over the boosters, attaching it to the central core. And make sure you don't leave any spots, because that could be used to make like the rocket wiggle, and it's just better if you add a lot of struts. Now I'm just gonna add some Sepatrons, because without them the booster separation's kind of what's the word for it? It doesn't separate well. Once again, check your staging. If it's wrong, it doesn't go well. Just put some launch claps on that and you're good to go. Oh, and one thing. So for the central core, you have a full tank and half a tank, but on the boosters, you only got 1 full tank. Otherwise, the rocket's just overpowered. Now, build up the fairing on top and just make it look the best that you can. It really makes the rocket look like the realistic version, and it makes it seem like you put a lot of effort into it. Okay, I don't show this, but drain the fuel in the second to last tank on the booster, so there's only one full tank on the booster. Otherwise, you have too much Delta V, and it doesn't go well. I am now going to show you what a launch would look like, and it should go well. I'll just leave you to watch, and it could really help if you subscribe to the channel and like the video and just share in general. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch the launch, you can. I'm not forcing you.